Hi all, this is Alejandro Strong with Bikerafting Maine. I'm here biking today with Nelson from Ibex, and we're at the Great Pond Mountain Conservation Area. Bike rafting is this really cool sport where you're mixing gravel riding, mountain bike riding with pack rafting. So it's this multimodal sport. We combine these two activities and really get to do some new creative things with it. Part of what I really like about bike rafting is that you can take just like a simple pond and you can turn it into a cool new adventure. So this is a place that I probably wouldn't drag a canoe or a kayak to, so it's kind of off my list of places to paddle. But as a bike rafter, this is a place that it's fun to come to. And the other thing is we don't really know yet where our takeout is. We have a few options and we get to choose those on the fly because we have our shuttle with us the whole time. Yeah, so talking about biking, I'm here with my Stooge Scrambler. I just got this year, and what drew me to it is it's a mix of like a fun bike packing bike, but also just a fun trail riding bike. So, you know, it'll work for carrying gear for multi-night trips, but it's also just fun to rip down the trails on. So I'm carrying my PFD on the back on a small little rack. I got some Oveja Negra bags here. Really love this company. Have them for most of my bikes, and it's great for holding the pack raft. I got my sort of change of clothes, some other just gear I need is all packed into here. And then up on the front, got my pack raft rolled up, strapped on here with some volley straps, and also carrying one of Dan Ransom's new pack raft bow bags. So everything we need for paddling, biking, it all fits easily on here. Sometimes if I have just a little bit more gear, I'll also have a backpack on. It's easy to carry stuff there, but I try and keep that load pretty light. So Ibex calls the Journey, this t-shirt I'm wearing, their One Quiver t-shirt. Because it's good for any adventure. That's definitely been the case today where we had cold temperatures this morning. I was wearing a long sleeve over it. The other thing is with bike rafting, we pretty likely are to get a little bit wet. And so I'm always looking for clothes that work well with that. It's always a little bit of a creative activity when we load up. I think that's part of the fun, but I got my PFD here loaded on the back. Up on the front here, got my boat and my paddle on here as well. So for pack rafting, a lot of companies now are making 4-part breakdown paddles. So the shafts of my paddle are actually rolled up in my boat, and then I got the blades here. Makes it super packable, whether you're putting it in a backpack, going into your boat itself. So there are the shaft pieces, so that's my whole paddle setup right there. And get a look at this boat. I have with me today an Alpaca Raft Caribou. This is the boat that they designed specifically for bike rafting. Really, you can use any pack raft here, but these are nice because of the big wide bow here. And we have sort of footrest that we can use in the front, and then our inflatable seat. This raft comes with a tie-zip zipper, which I can use to store stuff inside the boat. What I have with me today is not that much, so I'm going to just close this up and move straight to inflating the boat. And this cool system here, it's a bellows bag. You may have used this on your sleeping pad before, but we have a larger one that we'll use to inflate this boat. My knees. So this boat weighs probably 7 to 8 pounds. It came from the factory without these thigh straps. These are nice for whitewater, add a little bit of weight, but just makes it a great all-around boat. Lightweight, ease of setup that really makes bike rafting possible. And that's also part of what makes bike rafting so fun, is it's not particularly hard to do. You really can take it to whatever level you want, whether it's short adventures in town or, you know, as big a trip as you can dream up. Okay, so what we've done now is we've attached the frame on, taken both wheels off. You have the option to leave the back wheel on. Just makes the boat a little bit wider. A lot of times for flat water, that's fine. For whitewater, we would take both wheels off. What I've started doing recently is I run 2 straps. I'm running around the frame. The larger green one I'm saving to go up to the wheel. And I find that this just holds that a little bit more secure. But if I'm really honest, every time I do it a little bit different. The other thing you'll see is my pedal here has these bolts. Those I'm a little bit worried about, and zipping it up on that pedal, and that just protects my boat a little bit more. I will put my front wheel, my goal is that it's helping hold my pedals down a little bit, sorry, my handlebar down a little bit, and kind of centered here. Trying not to have anything pressed too hard on my spokes, but that's usually pretty simple. And then I'm going to take my rear wheel and get it on here as well. And you'll come up with systems that work for you, but pretty much every time it's a little bit different. I'm going to grab this strap right here. I'm going to bring it up through the wheel, and that's just going to hold my frame and the tire in place. And my goal here is snug but not overly tight. I think just adding one more strap here. We'll continue down this pond across a river and go on from there.